Okay, so actually this property, I can't even remember where this property is, honestly. I'm thinking that this property was in Texas, but I'm not 100% sure where it was, but it doesn't really matter where it was at. Okay. It was in it's 48 units and it's in a tertiary market. It's in a market that is like a smaller market. Okay. So remember that it could be a 7 cap, it could be an 8 cap. Now, it could be, you could try it, a whole different numbers. Now the owner, the wholesaler, not the owner, but the wholesaler was trying to sell this property for $399,000. Okay. So we, at this point, like for this type of a deal, we know what the purchase price is. Okay. A lot of times you don't know, so you have to play around with the purchase price. But we know that this is what the wholesaler wanted. Okay. And we know that this property was in a tertiary market, and tertiary markets are typically going for 7 or 8 caps right now, but maybe a 9 cap. I mean, maybe a 6 cap, right? Depending on what we want to pay. Now he wants $399,000. Okay, that's what the wholesaler wants. Okay, what he has under contract, we don't know, but we know that he wants $399,000. The question is this little section right here. Okay, it's the average rent per square foot on the after updates. And what I mean by that is, what is the competition charging? What is the competition charging, so that we know what we can be getting, right? Now on the unit mix tab, remember right here, this is what the wholesaler gave us. This is what the competition is charging, 84 cents a square foot, right? So let's go in here and let's just put 84 cents. 84 cents a square foot. Okay. So now that we have pretty much everything filled out, now I'm going to get into competition more in just a second, but we have everything on this tab in this input. This is like the input area, right? Filled out. These yellow little sections here, these are the expenses sections. All right. So like I said, you don't want to go off of what the owner has as their expenses. You want to go off what your expenses are. Okay. So here for our expenses, we have property maintenance, which is basically boots on the ground. So remember that the deal was on the pro forma, he had on site he had $2,000. We're guesstimating that this property probably takes about $6,000 to maintain with the boots on the ground person and all the repairs and everything. Now that's based on our formula that we use internally, which is this formula equals 0.015 times C6, right? C6 is this purchase price. Okay, so you can't go like, let's just say that the owner's price was 150 grand or 180 grand or whatever it is, right? This number right here, this formula would be totally different. So for him to manage $180,000 facility is a completely different number than us managing a $400,000 facility. Okay, so you just have to keep that in mind. And when you're running numbers, your expenses are more important than the owner's expenses. Okay. And also you see here we have the staffing. All right. And this is really like, our phone people, the phone person that answers the phone, does all the auctions and stuff like that. Right. And so for a 48 unit, if you were only going to buy a 48 unit, and that was all that you had, then, you might be handling this yourself. So this number may not be, what you have, what your expenses are. Maybe cheaper if you're handling it yourself, right? If you're the boots on the ground person, you're handling it all yourself, then this is going to be cheaper, right? Obviously. right? You should have some number in here. A lot of my students will come in, they'll just take the whole thing out. But the truth is that you've got to have money for property maintenance. You've got to have money for staff. This is paying yourself, so you want to make sure you have these.